If you did the previous steps correctly, you should have selected the Arduino Uno board from Setup and also been given a port to use as a default. When you loaded that sketch, which is as it appears here in this text editor, it's called Blink. And there are some parts of this program that I'd like to explain to you. So this first part is a /* which is the beginning of a block comment, which means that the computer is not going to read this code. This is not code. This is just a message for the programmer. You end it, you close it by having an asterisk and a /. Down here, you have two /. That is a single line comment. Again, the computer does not read the line that starts with two /. Again, line 9 is the same. Our first line of code actually is on line 10, and it declares the first variable, which is an int, which is short for integer. It gives it a name, the variable a name, which is LED, and it assigns it the value of 13. Now, when you try to verify this code to begin with, it's going to have an error, and that is because there is not a semicolon at the end of line 10. Every line must end in a semicolon. So if we add it there, it should verify successfully the next time. Now we're going to talk about the two main portions of any code blocks. The first part is the setup, and every sketch must have a setup. You start off with void, setup, an open argument here, and you start it with a curly bracket. Line 14 has two /, which means that it's a comment. Line 15 is our line of code that sets pin mode, which means make LED, and we remember from our variable at the top that LED is 13. So set pin 13 to output. That means make electricity come out of it. Now we're going to close the setup by another curly bracket, space down a couple lines, another comment, and then we start the loop. The loop is the part of the code that repeats over and over and over again very quickly. So we say void loop, open bracket, curly bracket. Line 20 says digital write, bracket, LED, that means write to number 13, high. High is on, and it must be all capitals. HIGH must all be capitals. Close the bracket, semicolon. Line 21. How long do we want the light to be on for? So we're going to write a delay. Bracket 1000. In this case, 1000 is 1000 milliseconds. There are 1000 milliseconds in 1 second. It's going to be on for 1 second. Then we're going to write LED, which is 13, to low or off. And we're going to delay that for 1000 milliseconds or 1 second. So if you have done this correctly, your light should be blinking on and off, on for a second, off for a second.